I think a lot of you guys know. I have to warn you guys about Jack Dorsey, the CEO of Block, aka Square. He teased his self-custody Bitcoin wallet. He's been talking about this for a long time. He wants to make Block basically into a blockchain company. And this is his first attempt at doing so. Basically, he's going to allow merchants to accept crypto, right? Mainly Bitcoin. And he's already implemented Lightning Network on the Cash App, right? But now he wants to create a Bitcoin wallet for everyone to use and for merchants to use. So he's slowly getting there, right? This is not out yet. He's just teasing it, but he's slowly building up what he's promised over the years, and that is fantastic. Fantastic stuff. This is the reason why people turn to Bitcoin, because can you really trust banks? Can you really trust centralized companies that could collapse at any time? The one thing that won't collapse is Bitcoin, because it's not a company. It's not a company. It doesn't inflate. It doesn't have annual meetings. It doesn't make loans out. Bitcoin is Bitcoin. It's controlled by code, right? And that is why so many people are turning to it. Number of Bitcoin wallets with holding one Bitcoin is nearing 1 million. And that number continues to climb higher and higher and higher. And it seems like every single year, despite the volatility, despite the down, the dips, the bottoms, the number of addresses continue to climb higher and higher and higher. And the reserves on exchanges continue to drop more and more and more. Ever since 2020 happened, that COVID crash of 2020, that was actually peak. And since then, more and more people are removing Bitcoin from the exchanges because they want to hold their own crypto, and also because there's just a lot more people buying Bitcoin, and that's the reason why. So both things are absolutely fantastic, and this is part of the growing fundamentals that I keep talking about. People don't quite understand. What do you mean growing fundamentals? The price is down. No, the price is actually has nothing to do with fundamentals. It's the network effect, the people, the holders, right? Addresses, all these good things, volume, transaction count, right? All good things. What's this big Bitcoin news? Well, the accumulation rate right now exceeds a 2018 bear market. Think about that. Think about that and take a look at this, okay? So you basically have a whole bunch of levels, okay, and a total basically accumulation for each one of these time periods. And when you add it all up, there's more accumulation now than the last bear market. And keep that in mind. Keep that in mind, right? It kind of makes sense and it kind of doesn't, but overall what this shows is that there are a lot more holders holding and not giving up, right? And just keeps DCAing and accumulating, right? That's basically what this is saying to me. And it makes sense with all the shenanigans, the macro stuff I've been talking about, right? But outside of that, people also know we started a new year. We're coming up from bottom. We're getting closer to the next halving event, right? All of these things added together mean good things are coming for Bitcoin. Here's another one, HODL wave. And this is showing 67% of Bitcoin has not moved in one single year. Highest percentage ever in Bitcoin's history. Okay? At no time in Bitcoin's history have we seen a higher percentage of Bitcoin not move for at least 1 year. Think about that. Again, this relates to what I just talked about in terms of accumulation and holders and the growing number of Bitcoin leaving exchanges and sitting in people's wallets just being hodled. That's awesome. Absolutely awesome, right? So better days are coming. Right now, there's still a little bit of volatility, right? But you got to zoom out. When in doubt, zoom out. And also look at this. If you're questioning, right? If you're questioning what's going to happen with Bitcoin, look at this. Since 2011, we have, it's a short time frame. It's not like over 100 years. Bitcoin is still relatively new. But you can see with the last 2 cycles, what are the similarities? Okay, this is one of those IQ test questions to make you identify the pattern. What do you see? It's very simple. It's very simple. You have 3 green candlesticks, 3 good years, then you have a down year. Then you have 3 good years, then you have a down year. And then you have 3 good years, then you have a down year. So what's happening now? Well, we're starting that first good year, and then we're going to have another good year in 2024 because that's the halving event. And then we're going to have a parabolic year in 2025, right? And then we'll probably have a red year in 2026. But everything is moving according to schedule. Nothing has changed, despite the fact that we're still iffy with the macro stuff, like I've been saying, right? Things are still moving according to plan. Now, of course, we are waiting to break out of our 25,000, right? We have hit it a couple times. We're a little bit below. Once we do, the target, of course, I mentioned, is about 28 to 30,000. That's near term. But long term, as we're coming up from bottom, as we're moving to the next halving event, and as we're moving into the next bull run, the top, we could only guess. But we are definitely following previous patterns, just like you see here, right? First time around, Bitcoin hit about a 9 billion market cap, which at the time was insane. To break through, well, that should actually be, I think those are marked wrong. I think those are a million, okay, not billion. So 9 million market cap. People freaked out, right? And then the second time, it went up to 333 million. Then people freaked out even more. And then it hit 1.2 billion, right? This next bull run, can we see Bitcoin at 3, 4, 5 billion in market cap? Just Bitcoin, not the entire crypto space, right? Possibly, and look at, the time it takes to form a new top and form a new bottom, and the growth, right? We are seeing diminishing growth, obviously, because the value of Bitcoin is getting higher, but who knows? This time around, could we see another 200%, 250%, maybe even more because of the institutional adoption that's been happening over the years? This is what we're waiting for. And in terms of the ecosystem, let's not forget, is growing. There's this sentiment from some that, yeah, we don't need Ethereum and others. We can grow all that in Bitcoin or on-chain, and it's starting to happen. There's a lot of DeFi, there's a lot of wallets, and of course, let's not forget now NFTs, and NFTs are starting to skyrocket as well because of ordinals and because of inscriptions, and it is definitely helped bring more excitement, let's say, to Bitcoin. So great things are coming. Just got to stay strong and patient and realize that all the bad short-term things that I'm talking about only helps support Bitcoin's case.